Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 76th episode of the Zicast. As always, I'm your host, Ryan Ziax. And today I'm joined by marketer Argianna Pizzuti.
You got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to
Hi.
I'd like to shout out episode 31 guest Liam Chen for technical directing once again. So Argianna, on my show, I interview people, I get to know them better, and I'm really excited to learn about your story. So how about you kick things off by telling us a bit about yourself?
Sure. I want to say thank you for having me on
course.
here. Basically, I'm 20 years old now. Just had my birthday, but I'm a sophomore marketing major, and I go to Quinnipiac, obviously.
Yeah.
And I just I'm a part of Theta on campus,
Yeah.
Kappa Alpha Theta, it's sorority, and I live in Village. I don't I don't really have much going on for me, but I am from Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, well, you have more going on than I think that you're letting on, so we can unpack that. I'd like to ask you something you really emphasized when we spoke, that you have a big Greek-Italian family.
Yes.
Do you mind telling us a bit about that?
Oh my gosh, yes. So basically my mom is Greek. My dad's Italian. My dad immigrated from Italy when he was 20 years old, so he was younger. But my mom was born and raised in Queens.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
So basically I just grew up with very strict parents. My parents were always very strict, and they would be very specific, what I was supposed to wear, who I was allowed to hang out with, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just Greek mom stuff.
Yeah.
Greek parents are very overprotective, and my dad being from Italy, he's from Rome.
Oh wow.
So he was you have to be careful what you're doing. My phone would get taken at night. They would be so strict with me. So, I think, coming to college, I definitely got, some of that, freedom aspect because of how strict they were. But being Greek, really, Greek and Italian shaped me. I went to Greek school for 7 years. So I know how to speak and write Greek. And obviously we learned how to dance Greek. My grandparents used to live with us in our house, my mom's parents. So I would have to communicate with them through that because they didn't speak really well English. So I had to learn to speak Greek to talk to them. And with my dad's side of the family, all of his family still lives in Italy. So I would never really see them. So I'm more closer with my Greek roots just because I would be with my Greek family members more. We do Easter with them. Greek Easter is a whole big thing. And then that's just how it is with Greek side of the family. I'm very close with them, and I love being Italian too, but I feel sometimes more Greek than Italian.
Okay, because I was gonna ask you if you felt which one would you lean towards. Not to make you choose, you'd say more
well,
Greek.
Food wise I would lean towards Italian
naturally.
Pasta, I'm a pasta girl, you see me out there, but for Greek food I like it too, but I just food wins in this aspect of Italy, Italian. So.
Yeah, that makes sense because food. Your dad owns a restaurant.
He does.
So if you don't mind me asking, I know you mentioned that he cooks for the Bush family. So if you don't mind telling us a bit about that.
Absolutely. So my dad owns a restaurant in Maine called Pizza Kennybunk, and it's a smaller place. It offers pizza on focaccia bread.
Yeah.
So he originally had opened a location in Portland, and this was when I was way younger, and he just sprouted from there. So he started in Portland, and then he moved to Old Orchard Beach, and he'd jump around locations. He would close the locations and then open new places because staffing, it's hard to find people to work. So he from the first location, he's grown so much. He's changed his pizza concept completely, and now he cooks. Well, he did cook for the Bush family in, I want to say, before COVID. He does still occasionally cook for them, just not as often. And he'll deliver pizza. They have a house in Kennebunkport called Walker's Point. It's it's been in the family, and he delivers it to them. And he's very close with George Bush, and he is really good friends with him. So when I was little, I used to hang out with, take selfies with him, and, he used to always be have your iPod, let's send a selfie, to your friends, and it would be, so funny. But, my dad is, a very, determined person. When he has, a goal in his mind, he's gonna achieve it. There's no stopping him. And, I kind of get that from him, too.
Yeah.
That, aspect of, he's very, goal-driven. He's great, my dad. Yeah, I'm very close with him. And my mom is obviously very supportive.
Yeah.
And she supports him. I have a brother. He's a senior in high school.
Okay.
and we're very close too. And we all just support my dad like with what he wants to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hanging out with George Bush. That's not something everyone gets to say.
He's a really good guy. He's a really nice guy. Yeah.
How was it like when he was in the restaurant? Was there just like security everywhere?
See, no, he never came. He never came inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we would have to bring it to him. Yeah, they would never like let him come out.
Yeah.
But sometimes he would have like his sister, Dorothy Bush. She would come and pick it up, and my dad's friends with her also, so she would be like, "Oh, I'm here picking it up for George." And his favorite is the cheeseburger pizza. So like my dad would only get ingredients, for that specific pizza. But
fitting that a former president of the United States, his favorite pizza is a cheeseburger pizza.
Isn't that like
I feel like
crazy?
it comes full circle.
It's funny, but no.
Any other celebrities or notable names come through your dad's restaurant?
Cooked for Patrick Dempsey. Patrick
really?
Dempsey ordered food from him like once or twice, but that's about it.
Yeah. The actor, right? I know he was.
He's on Grey's Anatomy and I like him. I'm not like the biggest fan of him, but I think he's a great like actor. He's good.
And another guy on the wall of fame for
exactly,
And you mentioned like your dad being very goal driven and that getting passed down to you. I know you worked in your dad's restaurant. Yes. How is that like kind of instill the work ethic that you're bringing to college now and beyond?
Well, I've been working for my dad since I was like 11. I used to answer the phone and like take orders and write them down because I just thought it was so fun. Like I was like, this is like a fun game. And then I got older and I was like, oh, I can make money off of this. I was like, wait, this is kind of like good. So I started waitressing, and my dad would always, when I was little, he'd always be like, oh, this is my daughter, like introducing me to the customers. And the customers would always be like, this is so good for her. Like she's getting like out there and like talking to adults. Like this is so good. I didn't think of it as that at the time. I thought of it as like a fun like little thing that I was like just doing, like writing down people's orders. So but my dad, by working for him, I learned so much about my work ethic. I learned about who I am kind of as a person. Like I'm very organized. I need things to be done in a certain way. But I enjoyed it a lot. I still work for him in the summer when we go up. He has a location in Syosset too, in Long Island, where we're from. It's not as like popular though.
Okay.
But I do work there like during the year, like when I'm back from break for like from like school and stuff. I go there.
A common thread of people who do things like marketing is that when they were really young, they were talking to adults fairly often, and like a businessy kind of role like that, because it kind of like it's like just holding a conversation with somebody older than you, wiser than you. I feel like it bodes well for you moving forward. And you mentioned locations in Long Island and Maine. I know you said you spent summers in Maine. How does that compare to Long Island?
So Maine summers are like beautiful. Long Island are also very nice, but I loved growing up in Maine summers. I went to day camp during the day. So I'd go to camp during the day and then I'd go to work at night. My mom would pick me up at like 3 o'clock after camp ended, and then we'd drive and I'd go work. But going like into Maine, I've met so many different kinds of people, like because it's near Canada, so a lot of Canadians I was friends with, and it's just like cool seeing different ways of like living. You know what I mean? Like meeting different kinds of people. I love meeting new people, and I think like by working and then also going to day camp in Maine, like spending my summers there, I met so many different kinds of people, which was so great, and I like wouldn't want to change it. Like now I like don't go up to Maine for the full summer. I kind of go for like a week or two, and then I come back to Long Island.
Okay.
But I still love it. I still love going up, and I love hanging out with like the customers there, because it's the same customers from when I was little. So it's like they've kind of seen me like grow up, and it's very nice, and I love hanging out with my dad up there when I go with him.
That must be kind of surreal, knowing the customers.
It's crazy, because like there's some of them like I met when they were like teenagers. Now they're like married, and I'm like, this is insane. Like you're literally have a kid coming. Like this is crazy. Yeah, it's like it's great. It's a great experience, and I loved summering in Maine. It was the best. Yeah, and you mentioned camp. You also went to an all-girls high school. Do you mind telling us about that and how that kind of like shaped your like confidence and leadership skills, things like that? The high school I went to was very small. There was only 60 girls in my graduating class, so not that many people. But I loved it. I went to public school my whole life up until high school, and then my mom was like, I'm going to put you and your brother in private schools. Okay. So I loved going to a private high school, I loved having a uniform. I loved not having to pick out my outfit every day. It was so easy. Now I have to like be like, okay, I can't wear leggings for the 8th time in a row. Like, what do I wear? But yeah, no, it shaped me like personality wise because most of my teachers were female. So it was really nice to like have like that kind of like female, like you look up to them in a sense. And I also grew closer to my faith. So I'm Greek Orthodox, but obviously Catholic was the religion, but I would still go to church. I just wouldn't take the communion. And it was great. It was a great experience. And I loved going to an all-girls school. I think I learned so much about women's empowerment and women leaders that I wouldn't be able to learn at a public high school or a co-ed high school. And I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot more than people might think. People are probably like, why would you want to go to an all-girls high school? It was a lot of fun. I've met like my best friends through it. And it was a great experience.
Yeah, you mentioned those things. Do you think it gave you any advantages, so to speak, as you ventured into like college now?
Absolutely. The classes I took in high school were very hard, and I think that it prepared me enough to come to college and be like, okay, the classes here are kind of on the same level. So I was definitely academically prepared for that. But yeah, overall, very good.
Yeah. You mentioned like the uniforms. Like I have my rotation of Hawaiian shirts. Like that one in the bode well for me.
Yeah, no, the uniforms were amazing. Like I would wake up, put the same thing on. I would have a skirt for every day, a shirt for every day, and I'd just change it. It was the best.
There's comfort in that. Because sometimes I spend time just at my closet, just like thinking about what fit do I want today.
In the morning, I spend at least 15 minutes like staring at my closet, and I'm like, what do I wear that I haven't worn already this week? It's like I remember when I came to college, I literally had to go on a shopping spree because I had no clothes like that were like good for classes because I would wear the same thing every day to class. So it was funny doing that.
Yeah, because I'll just stand in front of the closet like frozen.
Right.
Just like thinking about it.
Yeah, you're like, what do I wear? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like going to an all-girls high school kind of sets you up well to join a sorority.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So if you don't mind telling us about your experience there and kind of what you seek to get out of that.
Absolutely. So I'm in Kappa Alpha Theta on campus, and it is the best experience I've ever been a part of. The girls are the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. A lot of them are from Long Island, so it's convenient for me.
Yeah.
My whole friend group, besides one person, is from Long Island. So we all hang out when we're home for breaks or over the summer, and it's the best. Having the all-girl connect to, like, the sorority in a way was, like, it was very similar to how it was in high school for me because I just have, like, strong female friendships from it.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to join a sorority because I wanted to have those same friendships I had in high school in college, and I think that joining it was the best way. I can't imagine like myself like becoming friends with these same girls if I hadn't joined it, which is crazy. But I wasn't going to at first, and then I was like, you know what, like what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to go to meet the Greeks. I'm going to talk to the girls, see which ones I like, and then if I don't like anyone, it's not a big deal. I literally, within talking to one of the girls, she graduated now, she's was a senior, but I was talking to her and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. She's also from Long Island. I was like, wait, she's great. And then she was like encouraging me to go through recruitment, and I went through recruitment and I got back Theta, and I was so happy. I was so happy.
Yeah, the Long Island Club.
Yeah, everyone knows each other, but it's nice. It's like a sense of like home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my current roommate is from Long Island also. She also went to a private high school, but she's not from she didn't go to the same one as me. She went to a co-ed one. Yeah, but she also joined Theta, and she was one of my first friends at college at Quinnipiac, and now we came in not knowing each other, and now we're like so close. I can't imagine my life without her. She's the best.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like also, if you don't know these people,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's so sad.
I know.
Because it's like, where were you all my life? Like what? Like how did I not know who you were? You know?
Especially as the time flies. Like in my position. As a senior, it's like, you know, that it's funny, like you see someone one day, you might not even be friends with them right away, and then suddenly you're very close, and it's like getting from point A to point B is kind of wild. Yeah.
And you find out like so much more about yourself, I feel like too. You're like, oh, I didn't even know I like these things. Like my friends were like, let's go hike the Giant, and I'm like, I don't do hiking. I was like, I'm not like I was like, I don't do that. And then they were like, wait, we should do it. We all did it. So much fun. And now I love it. Like it's
That's a great thing about like new people open you up to new things. So it's like opens up different facets of yourself. And I want to ask, like, for Theta, do you do any work for them that kind of coincides with your studies or what you want to do?
I do not. I am interested in running for the Instagram and helping with that. That could look really great on my resume. I currently run the Instagram and websites for both of my dad's restaurants, so I have that experience with what apps to use and how you want the feed to look, and but yeah, overall, I don't do anything right now, but I'd like to in the future.
Yeah, you caught me because I was going to segue that question into the next topic.
Hey, got
but you did it for me. So, like, what is that teaching you, being able to manage that social media? Like, do you find it being something you want to do?
Absolutely. I am really interested in marketing, and I've noticed that from, like, 7th grade. I've loved social media and anything to do with in that field. So, yeah. I really just, like, for me, I am very much like it sounds crazy, but I'm a hoarder with pictures, so I take pictures of everything, like, and I refuse to delete them, and I'm like, I'm not deleting them, this is a memory. And I love, like, putting it together. Instagram feed, it sounds so silly, like making it look good visually, but I love it. I think it looks so great if it's, like, put together and organized.
Yeah, because it's like a scrapbook. Because I was about to ask you if you had, like anybody in your family scrapbooks.
No, but yeah, no, it kind of is.
You do know. Random note, I don't like how Instagram now has, like, photos vertical on your...
Wait, yes. I also can get on board with that. I don't like that either.
I liked it.
It looks weird. Yeah.
Because it takes photos, like, that were once... Well, obviously, they're still horizontal when you actually look at them, but they make them vertical, so it makes your page kind of look uglier.
Like squished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why Instagram always is trying to come up with these new things. Like, they came out with Reels, and I was like, okay, I can kind of, like, get on board with this. And then now I'm kind of like, okay, but they're trying to be TikTok. It's like, you can't be original. You know what I mean? Like, no hate, love them, but, like,
Yeah, and I wanted to ask, like, in regards to running your the social medias for the restaurants, what's, like, the most challenging aspects of that and the most rewarding?
So I'd say the most challenging is doing the content while at school.
Yeah.
That is kind of hard because I can't take the pictures myself. Typically when I'm there, I'll take the videos and I'll edit them myself. But I'm dependent on my mom or my brother sending me them. And, sometimes it's like the content my mom sends me, I'm like, Mom, I can't even see the pizza. You got to, like, zoom in a little bit. She's like, okay, is this okay? And I'm like, honestly, no, but I'll bear with it.
We need some lighting. We need some, like, composition.
Yeah, she's like, I'm always like, Mom, like, you can't even see the product that you're trying to sell. And she's like, okay, let me send you another angle. And I'm like, yes, I need another angle. But that's the, like, most challenging part. The most accomplishing part is probably posting it and then getting positive feedback about it. I love when I post a picture, it gets a lot of likes instantly, a lot of comments, a lot of engagement on the post. I'm like, this is fabulous, like, good. And I also just like to see what they say about my dad's food. Yeah. I like to see if they're into it. If they're not, then if he has, like, a special, typically I'll, like, post if he has, like, a pizza special or something. And if they're not into it, then I tell him and then he won't make it. So it's like he saves his time with the posts too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you get that feedback, and also, like, comments are so important too.
Absolutely.
Especially in that regard. And sometimes, at least in my regard, it's just getting views and just knowing that people are seeing your stuff is most rewarding.
I like to see, like, okay, how did this post do in comparison to this post? Like, if I post a reel, will it do better than a post? Like, just a picture.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to kind of judge those analytics and then continue, like, getting into more things about you. What are some things that people might not know about you, like fun facts?
One fun fact is that a lot of my friends don't know that I can speak another language. Yeah. No one knew that until I tell them, or my mom, like, is yelling at me on the phone in Greek. Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, oh, what does she say? And I'm like, nothing. She's asking me what time I'm coming home, and she's, like, yelling at me. Yeah. But another fun fact is that I like cats more than dogs. I have 2 cats and a dog, but I'm more of a cat person.
Yeah, I agree, because I've always grown up with cats, so I've been like that too. What's your favorite Greek phrase, if you have one?
Greek phrase? I have so many. I don't know if I can pick, because, like, I'm, like, trying to think.
One you use frequently, maybe?
It's nothing that isn't, like, a bad word.
You could say whatever you want on here. This is the floor is yours.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. What do I say a lot? I don't know. I don't really say. I like. A lot of the times I'm like, it sounds like really cringe, but you kind of say, oh my God, in Greek. And you're like, opanagiamu. And you're like, oh my God, like, what the heck? I say that all the time. And then I forget my friends don't speak Greek. So I have to be like, never mind. Oh my God. Yeah. Like, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And then kind of like you talk about a lot of things you love, like being with your family, working. What's one thing you love and one thing you strongly dislike?
Okay, one thing I love, I love so many things. I'm trying to think. I love my like family, obviously,
Yeah.
and like I love my friends. One thing I dislike are slow walkers.
Yes. Yes, me too.
I can't. I'm tall, so I'm like 5'7", so like I have long legs, so obviously I walk faster.
Yeah.
And people, I don't know if it's just on Quinnipiac, walk so slow.
I know.
And I'm like, guys, I have a class to make, and you guys are like walking so slow. But that's just might be me with my legs. I don't know. I've been told that it's because I'm taller, but
It's a me thing. Like I don't have long legs, and I get annoyed by people. It's like I'm running. It's like I'm like a running back trying to get weave through people.
So that's such an accurate comparison. No, it's like an obstacle course.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I always am like now. I like think of like shortcuts. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna cut through Irma to get to School of Business because if I go to towards the dining hall, people are gonna be like, where are you going? But
and then it's like awkward to like scoot in front
and then
of people.
I feel bad. Like I don't want people to think I'm like rushing them. You know what I mean? So it's like
When some of them
You utter your Greek phrase and say, "Oh my."
No, but I think it.
Yeah.
I think it. Just
The worst is when like you're trying to like go by somebody and they move right in front of you as you're trying to go by them.
Right. It's like they knew I was coming up behind them.
It's like they're just like blocking you.
Yeah.
And it's because like I got places to be.
Right. It's like I know
why...
you also have places to be eventually. So it's like, how would you feel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like this is a great pet peeve moment, and that's a very relatable pet peeve.
Yeah.
That's one of the best
like
ones.
I just like can't. Also when I'm disorganized and like clutter. Like my room is like my roommate and I, we keep our room spotless. You wouldn't even know someone lives in there. Like you'd be like, is this like a show and tell room or what? Like does someone actually live in here? Because we keep it so clean. But like even my room at home, like a piece of clothing is on the floor, it's getting picked up within 5 minutes. I was like, I can't deal with like clutter, anything on the floor, anything like messy, dirty. Not my thing.
I respect that because it's your space.
Yeah,
and
like you do everything in your room. Like you gotta like keep it clean.
Exactly. And kind of moving onwards, I'd like to ask you, what are some of your hopes and dreams professionally or in general?
So professionally, I love hockey. So ideally, I would love to do marketing for the NHL. That's like the top goal.
Wow.
I just love hockey. The marketing for it is so cool, I think. I'm a really big Islander fan.
Yeah,
so,
I was about to guess.
Yeah, really big Islander fan. So I've grown up like with my uncle. I used to go to games with him when I was little, but I love anything to do with sports marketing. I think it's so cool how they incorporate everything, whether it's like an edit or like the posts, what time the games are, anything like that. If that doesn't work out, hopefully something in like beauty marketing. I'm really passionate about makeup and beauty, and I'd be interested in doing something in there.
Awesome. That's exciting with like what you mentioned about hockey. Like where does that stem from?
I don't really know. I think I've just been used to going to the games with my family since I was little. They're a big hockey family. And I just love everything about hockey. I think it's the most entertaining sport. Sorry. Like no hate if that's like controversial. But I think it's like so entertaining and I just love it. I love watching it. I go with all of my friends are Islanders fans. We go to games together and it's just the best experience. I love it.
I take it that was a big selling point for you coming to Quinnipiac.
Definitely. My dad actually was like, you have to go to every single game, like, and he almost bought tickets when they were in the Frozen Four. When I was a senior in high school, so he was like, I mean, we should like go, and I was like, I don't know, like I kind of have like graduation stuff to do. I was like, that's more important than the Frozen Four, but yeah.
Awesome. And like, what exactly would you want to do in marketing, like social media marketing? You think?
Yes, definitely social media. Something along those lines of working with Instagram or even the websites. I'm very good with that kind of stuff. So something in that field because I'm stronger in it.
Perfect. And kind of like you're talking about sports, how about I bring you into movies and I ask, what are some of your favorite movies?
Okay, so I'd have to say my top 2 favorite movies are How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yes.
I switch those a lot.
Me too. Yeah. It's the 10.
It's the 10. The 10's confusing. But I love Matthew McConaughey. His movies are so good. But I love that movie. It's just such like, it's so funny and like, I just love the acting in it. I love like early 2000s like rom-coms. They're always so good. Yeah. So good. And then another one would probably be Mamma Mia. Okay. Mamma Mia is like my favorite. I grew up with that movie. My mom and I used to binge watch it like over and over again. We watch it for like 2 days in a row. But
yeah. Awesome. All right. This was a really fun episode
Yeah.
of the Zicast. I'd like to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Before
you.
we go, do you have any motivational words or plugs or anything you'd like to give the audience or leave the audience with?
Yeah. I'd probably leave the audience with, don't quit easily. If you
Okay.
have something you're passionate about and you want to do it, you shouldn't let anyone stop you. If you think it's cool, it is cool. If someone else thinks it's not cool, they don't think it's cool. It has nothing to do with them.
Perfect.
With them, it has everything to do with you.
Awesome. And thank you so much for coming on, sharing the stories about your really cool family and what you're able to do with them,
Thank you.
and then kind of your passion for social media marketing. 'Cause that's something I'm interested in, something so many people are interested in. It's this growing field. So thank you for coming on here and sharing that with us.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time.
Awesome. And as always, this is Ryan Zayaks with the Zicast, where everyone has a story, signing off. Thank you so much for watching.